The love and hip-hop world has just been rocked by a scandal no one saw coming. Whispers started online, but things quickly spiraled into a full-blown storm when it was revealed that Rashida is pregnant and Kirk Frost isn't the father. Fans were stunned, but the story didn't stop there. According to people close to the couple, Kirk completely lost it when he found out. They say he confronted Rashida in a heated argument that got out of control. Social media lit up after someone leaked what looks like a medical report confirming Rashida's pregnancy. The bigger shock was the rumor that Kirk had already taken a DNA test, and it ruled him out as the father. Some couldn't believe Rashida would do this after everything she and Kirk had been through. Others said after all Kirk's past cheating, they couldn't blame her. Kirk had no idea this was going on. He was out, running errands like any normal day, when his phone started blowing up. Missed calls, texts, and notifications flooded in. When he finally checked his phone, he saw the headlines. Rashida pregnant, but Kirk isn't the dad. At first, he thought it was a bad joke, but as he read more, anger took over. When he saw the alleged DNA results, something snapped inside him. Witnesses say he threw his phone at the wall, breaking it into pieces. He tried calling Rashida several times, but she didn't answer. That only made him more furious. He grabbed his keys and sped home, his mind filled with questions. Was it true? Had she really cheated on him? Or was it some crazy setup? When he got home, he found Rashida sitting on the couch like nothing had happened. Got something to tell me? He asked quietly. She barely looked at him. What are you talking about? She replied. That pushed Kirk over the edge. He grabbed her phone and smashed it. Whose baby is it? He yelled. People nearby say he looked completely out of control. Hands shaking, face red, but Rashida didn't even flinch. I'm pregnant. That's all you need to know, she said. And I'm not the father? Kirk shouted. She looked him in the eye. Guess not, Kirk exploded. He flipped the coffee table, punched the wall, and shouted at her for betraying him. But Rashida stood her ground. You really want to act like you've been some perfect husband? She said. You think I forgot how many times you embarrassed me in public? The shouting got worse. Kirk demanded to know who the father was, but Rashida refused. She walked upstairs, ignoring him. He followed, grabbed her wrist, and told her she wasn't going anywhere until she told him the truth. She pulled away, yelling at him to let go. That's when things turned chaotic. A chair knocked over, a lamp shattered, and security was called. The noise drew attention from neighbors, and soon the paparazzi were outside. Security guards stepped in to separate them. Kirk was breathing heavily, face full of rage. Tell me the truth, he said one last time, but Rashida just smirked. You'll find out soon enough. Then she walked away, leaving him in shock. But it wasn't over. Just hours later, a video started spreading online. It showed Rashida sitting in a hotel room, admitting the baby wasn't Kirk's. Then, a man entered the frame. The video was blurry, but Kirk's heart sank. He had a terrible feeling he knew who the man was. Desperate to be sure, Kirk played the video again. It didn't lie. Rashida's voice trembled as she spoke. I never meant for things to happen like this, she said. The man replied, does he know? Rashida looked tired. Not yet. He's acting suspicious, but I don't think he has proof. Then came the moment Kirk feared most. The man in the video stepped into the light, just enough for part of his face to be seen, and Kirk instantly recognized him. His whole body went cold. It wasn't just anyone. It was someone close. Too close. Kirk couldn't take it. He jumped in his car, barely thinking about where he was going. His phone buzzed again with a new video clip. It showed more of Rashida's confession. Her voice was quiet, filled with guilt. The man asked again if Kirk had any idea. She admitted he didn't yet, but she feared he was starting to connect the dots. That was all Kirk needed to hear. He knew now, without a doubt, who the father was, and it shattered him. He swerved off the main road, slammed the brakes, and punched the steering wheel. His chest was tight. He couldn't breathe. Everything he thought was real had just fallen apart. All the signs he'd ignored, the late-night phone calls, her mood swings, the weird energy between them, all of it now made sense, and it felt like his entire world had just collapsed. Kirk stood there, completely stunned, staring at Rashida. Her silence said everything. She didn't need to answer. He could already feel the truth in her eyes. His voice shook with anger. It's him, isn't it? Rashida looked away, her face tense. That silence hit harder than any words. Kirk felt his whole body tense up, hands clenched, chest rising with rage. I swear to God, Rashida. But before he could finish, she lifted her chin and calmly said, I think you should leave. That sentence hit him like a slap. Leave? After everything they'd been through? Kirk couldn't believe it. You really gonna throw this all away? For him? He asked, hurt and furious. Rashida didn't hesitate. I already did. That shut everything down for Kirk. In that moment, he felt like the floor dropped out from under him. He looked at her like she was someone he didn't know anymore. The woman who used to be his partner, his wife, now stood across from him like a stranger, and she had picked someone else. Kirk's fists clenched tighter. Tell me who it is, he growled. Rashida wouldn't say. Her eyes shifted nervously. She knew telling him would blow everything up. The pressure in the room was thick enough to choke on. And then a voice came from behind them. Calm. Too calm. You should chill out. Kirk turned around, and there he was. The man behind it all, standing in his house like he belonged there. Like he hadn't just destroyed Kirk's whole world. Seeing him pushed Kirk over the edge. He lunged without thinking. Rashida jumped in between them, trying to hold Kirk back. Stop it, she cried. But Kirk wasn't listening. His rage took over. He couldn't believe it was him. Someone he'd known for years. Someone he had called a friend. Someone who had been there for his wedding, at his house all the time, laughing with his kids. And now, that same man was the father of Rashida's unborn child. Kirk could barely stand. The pain hit deep. His voice cracked. How long? The man looked right at him and said, a while. Just like that. No emotion, no regret. Kirk let out a dry, bitter laugh. All this time while I was out here defending you were creeping with my wife? His so-called friend sighed, like Kirk was being dramatic. Kirk, listen, don't even try to explain this. I swear to God, enough. Rashida snapped, but Kirk barely heard her. He was too lost in everything playing through his mind. All the trust, all the moments, all the lies. Rashida's laughter at his friend's jokes, the way she used to look at him. And now he knew why. He turned to her, his voice shaking. So this was the big secret? This is who you were sneaking around with? Rashida looked guilty, but something else was there too. She didn't seem sorry anymore. She looked like someone who had already moved on. I'm done lying, she said. I'm done pretending. Kirk stepped back like she had slapped him. No, you don't get to act like you're the victim here. He was shaking now, breathing hard, trying to hold himself together. That's when the man stepped forward again. You need to leave, Kirk blinked. Leave? You telling me to leave? This is my house. The man didn't flinch. Not anymore. That sentence crushed Kirk. He turned to Rashida, hoping for something. Anything. What did you just say? She looked down, couldn't meet his eyes. I'm filing for divorce. His world spun. Everything closed in. You're not serious. But her eyes said she was. I am. I'm done, Kirk. He was speechless. After everything I've done for you? After everything we've been through? Rashida's face turned cold. You did this, Kirk. You pushed me away. You broke me. And now that I'm choosing myself, now you want to care? Kirk let out a bitter laugh, rubbing his face. This ain't about me being the victim. This is about you cheating and trying to act like it's okay. You think I wanted this? Rashida shot back. I spent years forgiving you. Years hoping you'd change, but you didn't. So this is payback? Kirk snapped. No, Rashida said, standing firm. This is me finally choosing what's best for me. The room fell silent. A cold, painful silence neither could escape. Then came a knock at the door. Kirk's stomach dropped. Rashida didn't move at first. Then she exhaled and opened it, and there he was, the man Kirk hated more than anyone, standing tall, acting like he had a right to be there. What the hell are you doing here? Kirk growled, voice low and dangerous. The man stepped inside without hesitation. We need to talk. We've got nothing to talk about. I think we do, the man replied. You need to understand. Rashida's not yours anymore. And this baby, it's mine. That was it. Kirk snapped. He lunged again, his fist slamming into the man's face, knocking him back into the wall. Rashida screamed, trying to pull him away. Stop it, but Kirk wasn't listening. One punch, then another. The man tried to fight back, but Kirk was wild with fury. You think you can walk into my house like this? Kirk shouted, hitting him again. His world had fallen apart. And now, all he had left was this. The anger, the pain, the betrayal burning through him like fire. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. This story isn't just about heartbreak. It's about choices, consequences, and the pain that comes when trust is broken. Whether you side with Kirk or Rashida, one thing's clear. Once trust is gone, nothing's ever the same. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real stories that hit hard.